Hey, Whoa. Hey, welcome to Half the Battle. Today we're continuing Danganronpa. We're in the middle of the second trial, which has been put on pause because something had to be pointed out at the crime scene. So yeah, let's do it to it! We're back in the girls' locker room. The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
Oh, this part is voice acted too. Great, easy for me.
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
The hell?
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Yes, thank you. That's quite enough out of you, Ifumi.
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Yes, thank you. You're the reasonable one.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
And thousands of female pathologists just kinda sighed.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Welcome back, Genocide Chill. I missed you.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine the body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Look, you obviously know something. Why don't you just come out and say it?
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Is what?
a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Okay, don't talk like you knew what was going on.
What?
Oh, okay.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy? Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop the riffing in the Let's Play for just a second. Because I was actually told about this. I was given a heads up. Now, them referring to Chihiro as a guy here, if they were trans, then that would be completely wrong, okay? That's just something you shouldn't do that. Trans rights are human rights and everything. You should respect somebody's pronouns. Thing is, Chihiro isn't actually trans. Later, it's made clear that he was just pretending to be a girl. Thing is, with the exception of Monokuma here, and spoilers, the killer, nobody of the kids should actually know that at this point. So them referring to Chihiro as a guy from here on out is kinda sketchy. Because, you know, I'd assume that they were trans and I'd respect their pronouns. So just putting it out there, I'm gonna keep playing and I'm just gonna read what the text says. But it's important to remember that the character isn't actually trans. Could be progressive if they were, except they just got brutally murdered, so that's not so good, but the story will play out and you'll see what it's all about.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Not helping, Jill.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. ... Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Yes, it was very important that we took a detour to the crime scene. This couldn't have just been explained in the courtroom, could it? No, we had to go feel up a corpse.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
Hey there, Hoodie. Good to see ya.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Yeah, and just so we're clear, I just said this before you came on. That is actually the case. It was a guy pretending to be a girl. The character isn't trans, so if I'm reading stuff, I'm gonna stick with the pronouns that are on the screen. Otherwise, of course, I'd do things differently. Because I was told about this in advance. It's, you know, not an easy subject.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Studied that, did you?
This is the most titillating situation!
Interesting choice of words.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Except, you know, who the murderer is. Feel that's kind of a biggie.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
That's cool. I still have all editing to do on my own episode that is for patrons tomorrow. I did do all the voiceover work though, so I'm glad that's finished. But I still have to edit, I still have to film. Not to mention film the charity drive finale. It's gonna be a busy day tomorrow. Good to see you putting out content again though. Yeah, I can see that.
loose off in his own little world.
Yeah, you're one to talk, Ifumi.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
I was hoping it with all my heart, but apparently it's a red herring. So Bakula's gonna survive yet another day. Joy!
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
Yeah.
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder.
We get it, he's a giant douche.
At least, that's how I see it. ... And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Oh really? Thank you so fucking much.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
Let's kill him anyway.
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Pray I don't alter it any further.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
Ah, yeah, smug bastard.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
Everybody needs a hobby.
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
You're like 10 steps behind everybody else, aren't you, Hero?
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
You, like, fold it like an umbrella.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Thanks, Taka.
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
No ants are useful.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Bakula didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing that we can be sure about. Wait, there's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means... Okay, they were killed in the boys' locker room, so the killer has to be a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. Yes, say the same thing 3 times. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Oh crap, it's been 2 weeks. How did this go again? Well, there's only one through the bullet, so that's nice.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yes, Celeste.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Wait, that's wrong? Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Makes me think something weird is going on. I mean, weirder. We're trapped in a murder school with a homicidal bear. Shoot. I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Oh, crap. Maybe you have some idea, but I don't understand at all. Shoot! Okay. Ooh, Gristle, that's cool.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
Wait, I can...
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
Ah,
The
that's
killer.
the one.
No, it's wrong.
Only took 2 hearts.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Really making friends and influencing people there, Celeste.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
How? The first trial had this whole thing about the incinerator and the locked trash room, and you're just gonna ignore that?
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Yep, gonna ignore that. Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Aha.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
And now we know why. Because he couldn't go into the girls' locker room.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Or because he couldn't go into the girls' locker room.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
By the way, ACC, do you want a little spoiler about the charity drive? Let me know.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, the marvelous friendship!
I don't know why, but that tongue is really doing it for me.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
We only have half the battle.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
I don't have a clue.
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, because I don't have a clue.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
We're dumbasses.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say,
Yeah, let's talk some more.
but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? I don't know, man. I'm as blind as you are. Somehow, it's really hard to believe.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit.
What?
Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
Okay.
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
She's right. What he said just now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the
Oh,
same
you
blue tracksuit as
fucker.
him?
Nobody ever said what color the tracksuit was.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
Oh god, here we go again. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assume he headed out to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Exactly.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Mondo, why?
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
So I'm the killer.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, because we never found them.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Let's not think about how.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry? Okay.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
Hina, why am I even here? I'll make the observations, thank you.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
she stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag.
Just like this case, completely in the bag.
If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
I love this, the face she's making here.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Mondo is standing right next to you, I think, so why are you pointing in the other direction?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him. So I didn't see him act, so the way he talked?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude.
Is that why you insisted that we check Chihiro's thingamabobs?
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Okay, we're talking about somebody's junk here, so bad choice of words.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mic drop.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
No, you put those words in your own mouth, dude.
What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
The whole trial setup thing?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
Oh, I forgot they're BFFs now.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Oh, joy.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
The who with the what now?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then...
Yes! No, by all means, let's stretch this out more.
Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to a Chihiro or Mondo? I'm guessing here. It belongs to Mondo, doesn't it? But I have mine. Then whose is it? Calm down and think about this. And there goes another heart. So it's Chihiro's.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
Did we? I must have completely forgotten about that because it's been 2 weeks. Oh boy. Excuse me, I have to check something for just a second. What the? Okay, there's something wrong with the Twitch page itself. I can't see the chat anymore, so gonna see if I can fix that. Okay, that's better.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
You know, I really should have just looked over the video from the last time I played, so I would have known that.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
But apparently it happened.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Well, yeah, considering that's the whole game.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. No. Ah, yeah, the bear said it had a weak point.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
We both do.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession, then...
It means Monokuma sucks at making handbooks.
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Who cares?
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
If you have a weakness for pushy demands, then let us out of the school, you asshole.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Well, so would I.
I flippin' knew it!
No, you didn't.
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
I have no idea if that's accurate or not.
If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Thanks for the safety tip, homicidal bear thing.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna,
The world's most justified anyway.
then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
Yeah, when they did the whole sauna competition thing.
And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I do.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Oh, chill, Taka. Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was... Oh, I have to select somebody? It's obvious.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Because he's the killer.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Boy, do we ever.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
I still can't get over the towel on his hair.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Dude. I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. I did? Oh, crap. Shit.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Hey, your health regenerates. I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown, if I can just prove that. And that will show that the handbook Mondo has must actually...
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Ah, I missed.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Yeah, blah 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 bling bling blah. Come on.
let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Gotcha!
No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Perfectly straightforward question, dude.
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
1,000 baseballs to the balls? Well, to the handbook?
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
Plus, you kinda just stole it, I suppose?
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
This is like the weirdest rule in the history of everything.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Oh, this thing again. With a duffel bag and... Wait, how did this go again? Right. And a tracksuit. There's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker rooms. That's the handbook. Which locker room did Chihiro go into? The boys' locker room? That one says girls? Doesn't it? Ah, there we go. That thing? The dumbbell? As the murder took place, some blood splattered onto something, didn't it? Yes! The poster girl got blood bukkaked. To disguise the truth, the killer switched around the carpet, as well as something else. The poster. Which locker room did the killer move to? This one. The killer took something from the other locker room and switched it at the scene of the crime. Once again, the poster. Ah, then Bakula came and started fucking with everything. What was it that Becky Bagula brought to the murder scene? It could only have been... the extension cord. He then did his whole stupid thing. What did he use to disguise what had happened? The... blood thingy? Where did the killer go after they were done? I think here? That's the only place? When the Hun looked front into the sauna room, what happened to it? It broke.
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
I do kinda like how this is presented. Too bad you have to do so much to...
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he. Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Ah, shit. So everything was right. Yeah, so I think... But they're practically identical photos.
The killer is
Let's
you!
try this again.
And attack.
What the...
The killer is you! And attacked him.
What the... I don't get it. And I'm almost out of health. Okay. So if that isn't it, it has to be one of the other things. So either that one... Oh, wait, here we go. Where is it? There it is. These have to be reversed. Oh god, I hope I'm right about this. Because this is my last shot.
Here's exactly what happened. attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the
good.
killer
Now I
hurried to
think I've
try
got
and hide
everything.
the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no.
Because it's asshole o'clock.
Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
Yeah, acting like you're something you're not gets me frustrated.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
Can we execute him too, just as a bonus?
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
Oh, that's the sauna! I didn't even recognize it.
And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Boom.
Right.
Oh, give it up already.
Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Evidence that Mondo is the killer had already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. Element has been added to bullet time bells. Would you like to hear more? Yeah? Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, the escape key, or no, the space key, right? Fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push whatever, however you want to destroy the opponent's assaults. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we're also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at that point, No, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Negatime. Yes! Okay, so that was a whole bunch of nothing because I am on gentle. Oh god. Dance Dance Revolution. Joy.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False.
What? How did I fail? Because I didn't have any hearts left. Crap. Uh-oh, we've already come to the end of the debate. Well then, the class trial is officially adjourned. Now it's time to reveal who's the blackened. It would appear that the one with the most votes is Makoto! Why? Because that's how the game works, but in reality, they'd still vote for Mondo, right? However, Makoto is not the blackened. Too bad. Looks like the real killer gets to graduate. Congratulations to them. On the other end, everyone else must now be punished.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Yes, definitely.
I refuse to give up yet.
Look, I got all my hearts back. Not at all, because we're not using that. Let's do this again.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False.
What the? Am I doing something wrong?
Is this... I refuse to give up yet.
What am I doing wrong? Oh wait, I have to shoot the... Yeah, I think I got it now. I'm supposed to shoot the statements.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False.
I don't get this.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence.
Now I've got it.
You're wrong.
I wasn't shooting the words.
I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Thank you. Only took me 3 tries to figure out what I was doing wrong.
If my thinking
That's
so
good
far
for
is
me.
right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's defeated.
I did it. I killed him.
But why? Yeah, a C on the last because I sucked at that. Ooh, 63 coins.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
Bear was really chipper.
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
Uh-oh. This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada! ... Unbelievable. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. And now he must die too. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it! There's no way he could kill someone!
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it? ...
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. What?
Nice fourth wall break there. Oh, God.
Anyway, there once was a young boy from Nantucket, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl.
Okay, see, so that's why the character isn't trans. He just wanted to hide his weakness. He still considered himself male.
He had chosen that as his way out.
Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. Christ, my voice.
But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive.
So Sakura should be fine then.
And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets.
Hey lads, good to see ya. You just missed the trial.
Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before.
Like who? I think the only one would be... well, probably Toko and maybe Bakula.
Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become stronger, then I can tell everyone.
Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Yeah, transforming masterpiece transformers, that's a part-time job. Laz. Strong enough so then when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better.
With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me.
Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. ...
uh-huh.
Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to.
Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me. It will help give me some courage. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's the bear talking now, not Chihiro, but still. So we went and asked Mondo to help him become strong.
That was his aspiration.
Well, since you're here, I can reveal about the charity drive. We got to our goal. Not gonna say what the final number is, but we got to our goal. The rest will be revealed tomorrow.
And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did. to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But...
But how does moving the body keep a secret?
Because
Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so... He tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the less I like you. The more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you... ... Yeah, but at least we know who did it now. The guy with the dumbest hair I've ever seen. Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother.
The fuck?
Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Dea Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Dea that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle.
Vavroom.
Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect.
Why the hell does it have to be the bear that's narrating all this?
He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Dea, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy.
Does gravy go with peaches? I don't think so. December is usually cold weather toys. But I've kind of run out of those. But I do have something special planned for Tuesday's episode. For those watching this, I don't know when, but it'll be on YouTube eventually. I'm responding to the chat every now and then, so some of this won't make sense to you in the far-flung future. That was some meteor strike though, huh? Can't believe all that land was wiped out.
But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul.
The kid's gonna take over for Dea, huh? Dea created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I just...
I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Dea. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top.
And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly...
Oh, I feel a big no coming. Okay, so he didn't really kill his brother. His brother sacrificed himself to save him. That's kind of different.
Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
You douche nozzle. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry.
Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Dea never blamed him for what happened.
Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. No, I don't, Laz.
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Dea was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong.
And yet... as soon as our killing game began, he realized... no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret.
Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it would have all been for nothing. So that's why... Mondo... After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. Mondo only pawn in game of life.
I'd never felt anything like it before.
I just...
I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say. But after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right about then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would.
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I
What?
really am, I should just tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making
What?
fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Dea. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had a dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey! ...
I... killed him.
Oh, he said that.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Look at him. You see, you're all just like him. Good for you, Laz. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead, say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but... unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because the time for punishing is fast approaching.
Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution? Yeah, duh.
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mando Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader.
You know, at first I was kind of confused why he doesn't just say the entire line. But then I realized anybody could probably, well, anybody with a bit of knowledge about computers could probably go into the game files and find all of the sound, all of the dialogue that's actually spoken, and that would spoil the game. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I said wait! ...
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh, he's wearing the hair of the... Oh my god. The Cage of Death. Oh, haha. So what, is this like a Back to the Future? Mondo, are you kidding me? Dude! Yeah, Danganronpa, it takes a while. Remember that I started this at the beginning of October? Because it was appropriate for the season? Well, jingle fucking bells, motherfuckers.
Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace.
It can't be! My brother! Another murder. Another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Don't mind if I do! Maybe I'll just let it happen. Okay, Taka's gone bye-bye. Can I offer you, like, a tissue or something? As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But of course he had to. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yes, Bacula, what do you have to say? What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Bacula?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that you're next.
however,
I just don't understand why. Why do you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's murder?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murders took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So, you've ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is
Dick.
nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please, continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. You absolute douche nozzle! We could have avoided the whole shebang if you just said that from the beginning. Asshole. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well,
So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. No, that would actually be the opposite of a waste of time. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up. Okay, can we vote again?
I see.
So after hearing about genocide check from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene? But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Bacula turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I know who I'll have to watch out for and kill. Huh?
Correct.
So, that was your reason. Most of them, Laz, yeah. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your bullshit. Moving on.
Hey,
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh? I'm up next?
you...
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them?
Yeah, big fan.
But, you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. That's right. Behind the curtain, there's Cactus Jack.
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair.
Damn.
What do you mean? 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 Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Damn it. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh.
And a noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my
Big
family.
words, dude.
You're getting all riled up.
Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you.
Excuse me, well, Makoto is the main character. Me, actually, you never know. Halfway through, Makoto might end up a murder victim, and the game switches perspectives. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper, temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. I'm gonna miss Mondo just because of the Blazing Saddle jokes, and because I got to be Batman. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. You sure paint a pretty picture there, Makoto. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. What the
Well,
fuck?
anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed.
The hell is going on here?
I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see. ...
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean. The what now?
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends. ...
So someone's working with him. Interesting. And 2 more dead people. You received a crazy diamond present. Yes, I would like to save the data. And I think this is a good place to end it. We finished the trial, the execution, and the aftermath, so this is where we'll put a stop to it for the time being, and we'll pick it up probably, hopefully, should be next week. That sound good to everybody? Okay, then I'm gonna end the stream, and thanks to you and everybody else for joining. And we'll see each other later.